At least 3 times a year in the town of Plattsburgh, New York, there are fundraisers benefiting an organization known as Autism Speaks. These fundraisers have brought in thousands of dollars. Beyond money spent on research on autism spectrum disorders, Clinton County does not see any of it. With a neurological disorder that, according to talkaboutcuringautism.org, it affects 1 in 68 children, that means there are plenty of people in Clinton County that we can help. Now, with a population of more than 81,000 people, that means there are more than 1,100 people that live in our county that are on the spectrum. Donating to a cause, particularly around the holidays and this time of year, is great for anyone to be doing. But have you ever wondered who or what you were helping when making a donation? What if you knew the person or the organization you were helping and could see what this has done for them? Imagine seeing individuals and organizations succeed firsthand by something they have contributed to. So how do we help? Well, first, for starters, we all need to find something we're passionate about and are wanting to make a difference towards. I chose research on funding on autism spectrum disorders because it's something I want to know about and it affects my own family. There are many nonprofit organizations in the world, and there are also several in the towns we live and work. I chose to set out to find some answers on nonprofit organizations in my own community, helping those on the spectrum. In my quest, I found the Autism Alliance of Northeastern New York more than a year ago. I am now the program coordinator and work with this nonprofit organization to provide family events to our community, host conferences for families touched by autism someone with autism on the spectrum disorder, and provide scholarships to individuals on the spectrum entering college. And most importantly, to reach your community through agency, individual, and technology grants twice a year to provide a sensory equipment, assistance, or communication technology to individuals on the spectrum. In 2015, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, the median income for families in Clinton County was $49,000 per household. The key term in this statement is median. There are far too many people well below this average household income supporting someone on the spectrum. One of the key components for communication for someone on the spectrum is an iPad, which has several applications for nonverbal individuals. Many of these families cannot afford such a device. When families can't meet these needs for their loved ones on the spectrum, they aren't able to meet sensory needs and outlets for these individuals. The Autism Alliance of Northeastern New York in 2017 provided Clinton, Essex, and Franklin counties more than $20,000 in grants to individuals and agencies throughout these counties. We provided grants from sensory updates in local classrooms, which provide sensory breaks to students, to iPads in the form of communication devices they otherwise wouldn't have been able to afford. Just this past month alone, we have awarded $12,000 in grants and provided more than 8 communication devices. This last round of grants has given us the opportunity to provide individuals ranging from a 4-year-old to a 35-year-old man in our community a voice they didn't have before these grants. Imagine being a 35-year-old or a 4-year-old who isn't able to communicate effectively their needs and wants to their family and while in the community. We have seen firsthand the positive impacts these grants have had in our community. Thank yous from parents who were previously not able to effectively communicate with their children now can through a communication device. Sensory devices helping a child with behaviors, a camera for a budding photographer, and a tricycle for a young boy to be able to learn to ride a bike by himself. None of this would be possible without the support of our local community, especially during our Autism Walk, which helps provide the activities, conferences, and grants we can provide throughout the year. Without donations from our community, none of this would be possible. Imagine being able to help a coworker, neighbor, family member, or friend in the town you live and work. Helping to give a voice to someone who hasn't had the opportunity to speak their mind. I've seen the impact any donation can do for many people living in our town and the impact it can have to better people's lives. So the next time you consider making a donation, consider doing the research and asking the questions as to where your money is going and how it's going to better whatever cause is close to your heart, so you know how you're helping people make a difference in the world we live.